What's good, homies and homettes? Today at Beastmode Training Camp, we're about to interview a good friend of mine named MacKenzie Walker, who's lost over 100 pounds. Now let me give you a quick backstory of MacKenzie. I met her back in February. Long story short, she was asking me for some advice on how to get rid of her loose skin. Long story short, I told her she needs to build some more muscle. However, there is absolutely no way to lose that loose skin. So I can help her build muscle, but I can't help her lose that loose skin. Long story short, about a few months ago, she started a GoFundMe account to get some donations to help her get this life-changing skin removal surgery. And I thought it'd be a good idea to ask some POG members. Would they like to help out and donate anything if they could, even $1, to help her reach her goal to get her surgery? I even donated some of my own money to help as well. Anyway, long story short, she reached her goal. So first and foremost, let me say thank you. Thank you very much to anyone who has put any money towards her reaching her goal. You did a very great thing for a great person. Alright? So I thought it'd be a good idea to interview my friend right here. As you may or may not know, I've been coaching her. I even did her reverse diet, okay? She went from doing 5 days of cardio. I got my computer right here with the notes, okay? Her file. She went from doing, this is back in February, she went from doing 5 days of cardio, alright? Now she's doing no cardio, alright? She went from 150 grams of carbs a day, and now she's getting 260 grams of carbs a day with 1 high carb day a week. And she was at 40 grams of fat a day. Now she's getting 55 grams of fat a day. So I'm telling you guys, reverse dieting is very beneficial. Now she brought her calories all the way up, and she dropped her cardio all the way down, and she's still able to maintain her weight between 127 and 130 pounds. So reverse dieting does work. It helps you get your calories up, get the cardio down without putting on a whole bunch of fat and a whole bunch of weight. Alright? So anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and get to know my friend MacKenzie, okay? I sent her some questions, and she's about to answer them. Before we start, I already know, guys, I've been getting the emails. Okay, I know y'all want some of these pump chaser shirts, fitted, cotton spandex, hugging. I got this black and gold, which I know is going to do very well. Alright, coming very soon. Follow Pump Chasers on Instagram. I will give you the exact date when they're dropping. Alright, and of course, when they're available, I'm probably going to put up a video on the POG channel and on this channel letting you know they're for sale. I know y'all been waiting quite some time. We had a huge issue with some behind the scenes things. Now things are going very smooth, so everything should be coming very, very soon, okay? I want to ensure y'all get great quality for a great price. I don't want y'all to get a great price with shit quality, so we had to push things back. I hope y'all understand. So, let's begin. First question, how old are you and where are you from?
What's up, POG family? My name is MacKenzie. I'm from Ontario, kind of sort of Michigan, and I am 15 years old.
You know, I really want to go to Canada one day, man. Never been, but I would love to go one day. Maybe next year I'll try to go to the Toronto Pro Show Expo, and if I do, I'll be sure to let you guys know in case anybody want to come out and meet me. Alright, and I'll be sure to let y'all know at least 3 weeks in advance. I'm not going to let you know at the last fucking minute. Alright? So anyway, second question. What made you decide to lose that weight? What sparked your brain? What made you want to say, you know what, enough is enough. It's time to make a life change and go from shit to fit.
So here's kind of a hard question to just compact. As you can imagine, as an overweight person, if you're overweight for basically your entire life, there are many things that can build up. So I'm just going to kind of put it into the year of 2013. 2013, January, I had hit my highest weight of 223 pounds. I feel like it was 227, but I think it was 223. Gonna go with that. And in March, I'm just gonna bullet point it here, so bear with me. In March, I had went in to get my graduation dress, and as a girl, you can imagine, you want that flowy, pink, sparkly dress, the one that you see on the Tumblr pages and everything. And I went in there and the lady said, we don't carry any dresses in your size. She said, maybe try the plus size section. And I went over there and I walked out with not the dress of my dreams and a size 22. That was the night that I started having a lot of thoughts, like who would be at my funeral, am I gonna wake up tomorrow morning, am I gonna have a heart attack tonight, just those kind of thoughts. And I keep in mind I'm 13 years old and I'm thinking about death kind of thing, right? Fast forward to June of 2013, I was supposed to have my first kiss on my graduation day with my best friend. Never happened. It was because I couldn't really look him in the eye. I felt very bad for him that he would have to kiss the big girl in the class. So that never happened. That was a very rough thing for me to take in. That day when I was taking pictures, I had to kind of crop my double chin and all these, just all the basic overweight things that you do that you secretly hide by yourself kind of thing, so maybe other people won't see it and makes you feel good. Got into high school September 2013, and I felt when I was walking through the hallways that everybody was looking at me. Everybody thought that, wow, she's freaking huge kind of thing. And that was really kind of my breaking point there. And then my dad told me that he was cleared for his gastric bypass surgery, and it hit me that night, I'm going to be the only big one in this family if I don't do something, and I might have to get that surgery. I don't want to have to get that surgery kind of thing. And I told my dad, you know what, we're doing this. I said, you cannot let me fail. I'm not prepared for failure kind of thing. We're doing this, we're going in, and I promise I'm not going to let you down. And that was kind of what led me up to my weight loss.
I can only imagine what you're going through in high school. Even myself, a lot of us at that age are trying to figure out who we are, what are we trying to be, trying to fit in, you know what I mean? And it's already bad enough in teenage years, and then being overweight adds on top of that. So I commend you for getting in shape and taking charge of your life. You did yourself a great service, because trust me, the older you get, the harder to lose that weight. Because when you get into your 20s, your 30s, and your 40s, and you've been having these bad habits for decades, it's really hard to break them. So you did yourself a very great service losing the weight young. Okay, next question. How much weight did you lose, and how long did it take?
Well, in January, like I said, I'd hit my highest weight, so I was yo-yo dieting throughout that entire year. And I lost, I think, about 20 pounds, which led me to about 205 by September the 24th. And I started my actual journey at 205. And then I had lost, well, let's just say total I had lost 100 pounds from my highest weight by, I think it was July of last year. And then I realized I'm kind of screwed here with all this extra skin. I need to put some muscle mass on. Right now I'm currently sitting at between 129 and 131. I kind of fluctuate between those two. So basically 100 pounds, let's just end it at that. So it's taken me over the course of about close to 2 years, maybe about a year and a half.
You see, guys, this is not an overnight thing. As you see, it took her almost 2 years to reach that goal. I get so many fucking emails from overweight people wanting damn near overnight results, okay? It didn't take you a week to get that fat, and you damn sure ain't gonna lose it in 1 week. Be patient. So many people want overnight results. You're not gonna lose all that weight overnight. It's gonna take months, maybe even a year or two. You gotta be fucking patient, guys. It really kills me when I get these emails from people wanting these unrealistic results. And a part of that has to do with marketing. Have you ever stayed up at like 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning and you see some kind of commercials? You're promising you these ridiculous, crazy results. Even on Instagram, a lot of these before and after pictures are ridiculous. So use common sense, understand that you didn't get that fat, in 1 month. You damn sure ain't gonna reverse that in 1 month, okay? Okay, so my next question is this. Now, we all know this. A lot of people do not get overweight from eating salads and asparagus and shit like that. Obviously, you were fucking up some food, alright? So, out of curiosity, what was a typical day for you like back when you were overweight? What was a typical day of eating like for you?
Okay, typical day of eating. So breakfast was usually cold pizza, maybe 5-6 slices. Favorite drink was Coke, so I'd always have a couple Cokes with that. What else can I think of? Then for lunch, usually I'd walk to this place called Walkerville Station. They give you, I don't know if you've ever seen those medium-sized box containers. They give you a medium-sized box container full of fries. Best fries ever. I'd get some of those, maybe some chicken strips with it. Get a Jones soda, and then I would have like a mini bag of chips with that. Then usually during the day I was a snacker. My favorite snack, and usually something I'd have every day, I'd make maybe 2 to 3 bags of the microwavable Orville Redenbacher's popcorn, 3 bags of those, and then I'd have maybe half a bag of chips dumped in there, and then half a bag of, Cool Ranch Doritos was my favorite thing, and then I'd have half a bag of the Tostitos and mix it together and I just snack on it. That's the sad part, is I never ever felt full. I lost the feeling and I had no clue what it felt like to be full. I'd always ask people, like, how does it feel to be full, kind of thing. So I'd do that, and then usually I'd walk to the, what's the thing called? The Max Milk thing. And I'd get a large slushie, just mix it together with different flavors. Then for dinner, my dad and I always went out for dinner. My family never ate at home. My dad was a single parent, so he doesn't know how to cook, right? We would go to Texas Roadhouse. I'd get a half slab of ribs. I'd have cheese fries, loaded, of course, and then applesauce, and then, of course, whacking back the Cokes. I think I mentioned this and maybe not, I usually would put down a 12-pack case of Coke a day. 100% serious is what it is. And then we would go shopping in the States, so when we came back, I kind of just basically ate everything we shopped for. I was the one in charge of buying the snacks, so my dad would get the healthy stuff and like the boring stuff, and I was in charge of getting the snacks, so I always got my favorite stuff. And then usually before we came back, we would also get a 12-pack of I don't know if they have these still, the Cool Ranch Dorito tacos. I would have a 12-pack, and yeah, I would eat the whole thing. So that was a typical day of eating for me.
Yeah, that's a lot of food, man. I already know. And I love some ribs, man. I can feel you on them baby back ribs. If we ever meet, MacKenzie, and you ever have some free time, it would be an honor to have some ribs with you sometime, alright? Alright, so tell me this. What was the difference between how you felt when you were overweight compared to how do you feel currently now at this moment? You know, what's the difference between how you felt then and how you feel now?
I always have felt very trapped, like I was in this body that I couldn't get out of. I felt, and this is weird, but I felt like I was in this suit, like I couldn't take it off. And the reason I couldn't take it off, I was a very popular girl from grades 7 to 9, I'd say. Before then, I was an overweight girl. I was the smelly one. I was the one nobody wanted to be around. But then I could start making myself look funny, and everybody's like, oh, we gotta hang out with her, she's cool, and I hit popularity, right? So being overweight kind of built me, right? Being overweight was the backbone of who I was. So it was my personality. So I felt like if I ever got rid of that, people wouldn't like me. People would say, oh, it was all just a lie this whole time. And I felt like if I was to unzip the suit, that everybody would think it was just a lie. As weird as it sounds, that's how I felt. I felt like I had no meaning in life. And, you know, it kind of sucks to hear a lot of your friends that you think constantly talking behind your back, calling you a whale. I remember my favorite one that I got called was by my best friend. Somebody, I think we were in a little argument at the time, and somebody said, oh, I didn't know she was coming, and he said, oh, I'm surprised you didn't hear her coming. So that was one of my favorite insults. After a while, you just you shut down. Nobody really understands how awful it is to be overweight, and people think it's just something so easy to snap out of. And if it truly was, I would have not been overweight kind of thing for so long. You can't buy normal clothes, you can't do things that normal people can do, you can't do that. And it's very frustrating, especially as a young person when you're seeing your friends out partying and having boyfriends and being in bikinis, all these things just constantly adding up that you can't do. And it absolutely just sucks to be over. It sucks and it's awful, and it's like you have a death sentence that you're living in kind of thing, to put it in best words. Compared to now, I feel absolutely friggin' amazing. 80, I'd say no, maybe more than 80, but 90% of the time I feel absolutely great. I like to sum it up like this. If you are overweight and you're watching this, think about 95% of the things that currently bother you about being overweight, things that you can't do, things that smaller people can do, kind of thing that you've always wanted to do. You can do almost anything now. You don't have to walk into a store and feel like you're being looked at. You don't have to worry about someone in a restaurant thinking you're eating too much. You don't feel kind of cornered in. You don't feel boxed into this life that is not you. You feel this sense of freedom. Like you, as corny as this sounds, you kind of feel like you've got some wings now. Like you feel like you can fly kind of thing. It's such an amazing feeling to feel like you've escaped every single thing that's gone on around you. People respect you for what you've done, and you just have people coming in and telling you how proud of you they are and all these different things. It's just such an amazing feeling to feel like you have control of yourself for once and feel like you can do so many different things. You feel like you can do just about anything, and you feel like you have something ahead of you in life.
I can respect that, man. I can only imagine how it feels to lose that kind of weight and achieve that kind of transformation. I'm pretty sure so many people have counted you out, doubted you, and to get that kind of transformation at your age is ridiculous, you know. So I'm very proud of what you've done. Even me, when I go from my bulking stage to like my super whole ready stage, I feel amazing. I'm always taking pictures, so I imagine the way I feel is probably 20 times higher compared to you. I bet you feel super, like way up here compared to how I feel when I bulk and cut. You know, I bet it's like 20 times better. You know, you make a life change, and you should be very proud of yourself, and a lot of people can definitely use you as motivation. So we already know when you were overweight, that was a huge obstacle you had to overcome. And you actually set a goal, you got shit done, didn't make no excuses, and you made it to the finish line. Now, you get this other obstacle to overcome. You've been trying to overcome this for some time. Now you're finally gonna get this surgery. How do you think it's gonna change things for you?
Oh man, this is something that is very touchy, as you guys may know. I don't know when Chris is putting up this video, but my surgery today, I will be 5 days out, 5 days away from my surgery. A lot going through my head right now. I am very, very excited. I have dealt, and I'm gonna overlay a picture right now, I've dealt with this hang my entire life. I've dealt with having this weird thing on my body my entire life. I don't know what it feels like to not have loose skin, to not have a hang on my stomach. I've had to put my underwear on backwards majority of the time to cover my hang. I've had to make sure whatever clothes that I buy can come up and over my hang. So many, just, oh my God, so many different things. I have to be very careful when I do cardio because I experience a lot of pain in my back. Just all these different factors that I feel kind of a little bit still trapped in my old body, I guess you could say. I feel like I know who I am. This is my personality. This is who I am constantly. But I feel like I'm still trapped in this body where I feel like by now I should have had a better transformation kind of thing. I should have some kind of visionary of abs or something. To explain the feeling of knowing that I'm going to be having this surgery and knowing that I'm going to wake up and I'm going to see my new body and I'm going to finally see what I've been working for this entire time. It's just freaking mind-blowing. And once I have my surgery, I'm going to be able to do so many different things. I'm going to finally be able to wear bathing suits. Like, I can wear the proper bathing suits, the bikinis. I can wear normal underwear. I'm actually going shopping the night before my surgery at Victoria's Secret to get normal underwear. What else am I going to be able to do? I'm going to be able to compete, which is something that I wanted to do, but I can't do that because, well, I do still need to put some mass on, kind of a little bit small still. But I'm going to finally be able to compete, and I'm just going to be able to live and breathe and really feel like I've actually accomplished something. That's the thing with skin, is it can make you feel like, even though you've lost 100 pounds, it can make you feel like you failed, like you didn't do your best, and it's this constant mental game, and it's absolutely ridiculous because you're looking at all these Instagram people and you're watching everybody transform, and you realize I'm not going to be able to do that with my skin, kind of thing. So it's just, oh my god, I'm just so excited. You can probably tell by the way I'm talking. I'm just so excited to have this done and so thankful for everybody who's helped me out with everything, and it's just amazing to finally, I'm a person, my number one thing throughout my journey was constantly telling myself, whatever I'm doing is going to move me forward, kind of thing. I've always wanted to just move forward in my journey, and this has been a burden for the last year that I couldn't get off of me. So to be having this burden removed and to say that I can finally move forward with my life, I can finally play the part instead of talking the part, kind of thing. I can talk the part, but I need to look the part, play the part, kind of thing. So I'm just so excited.
I'm even actually looking forward to seeing how you're gonna look once the surgery is done and everything. I know you told me about 5 or 6 weeks you won't be able to train, so once you're able to get back in the gym, I want to see you go on a full-blown muscle building program for about a year. Maybe do your first cut in about a year and a half. You know, do some mini cuts here and there to minimize fat gain. I definitely, with your drive, I can see you doing great things. I would really like to see you helping other overweight people, because overweight people love seeing people who's been there and done that. But we'll talk about that shit later. I'm pretty sure this is not the first video we're gonna do together, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's go ahead and ask you this question, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people want to know, especially me. I think it's a fun question. What is your favorite cheat meal?
Ooh, my favorite cheat meal. This kind of fluctuates. It really depends what I'm in the mood for, but it's usually, like I mentioned, in my day of eating. Usually I could go for a half slab of ribs at Texas Roadhouse with fries loaded, and applesauce, and maybe some yogurt after that. Some yogurt with like all the toppings. That's my favorite cheat meal at the moment anyway.
That's crazy, because anybody that knows me knows that my 2 favorite things to eat, I love Chinese buffets and I love ribs with fully loaded baked potatoes. Like I said, MacKenzie, if you ever in Texas, I would love to take you out for some ribs. Let's do this. I'm pretty sure a lot of people want to know this as well. What kind of training split did you follow, and how often did you do cardio when you finally started this weight loss journey?
Well, my training split was non-existent, sadly. I started out doing 30 minutes of cardio, and I did that for a couple months, and then I lost about 50 pounds. Eventually, for some reason, some stupid reason, I kicked up my cardio to 3 hours a day. Cardio buddy status. And then I realized that I was left with what I was left with. So I was like, shit, don't really know what to do here. And that's when I found Mr. Chris Jones on YouTube, and I learned how to bodybuild. And since then, I've been just kind of doing different programs off bodybuilding.com, and then I eventually Chris Jones is my coach now, so now I go off what he tells me to do. So that was it was very basic. Bodybuilding.com was just the way I kind of learned how to do things, I guess. Cardio for me now is not happening. Cardio is just not in the game plan right now. Usually I'd say max, if I'm dieting, I would do maybe, I'd say 30, 45 minutes worth of cardio, something like that. So very basic stuff.
That's what I be trying to tell so many overweight people, man. Don't just go to the gym doing a whole bunch of cardio. You know what I mean? People say, I want to do cardio to lose the weight first, and then I want to lift weights. Do both immediately. Do both. Do weights and cardio, guys, okay? I made a video. If you're new to this channel, go watch it. It's called The Difference Between Losing Weight and Getting Lean. Go watch that video as soon as you're done watching this video, if you haven't seen it already. So next question. Any advice you would give to an overweight person that's new to the gym and just maybe scared to go? I get this all the time. So many overweight people email me and they tell me they would love to go to the gym, but you know, they don't want people staring at them, you know, they don't want people laughing at them, judging them, you know. And I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit you and tell you guys ain't nobody gonna laugh at you, ain't nobody gonna judge you, because we got some serious assholes out here. Like, you will be like completely shocked by some of the videos I see people sharing on Facebook. Just some childish, ignorant type people, like, you know, look at this fat motherfucker trying to work out type shit. Just hella ignorant, you know. So I'm not gonna lie to you. People can be assholes, but for the most part, people want to see you in the gym. People like me want you to come to the gym. We want to encourage you to get in shape, you know, because at the end of the day, when you're overweight, people are going to talk about you when you're at home eating or if you're in the gym. People are going to talk shit anyway, so just take control of your life and get shit done. My question to you, MacKenzie, is what advice will you give to people like that? People who are scared to come to the gym because of gym intimidation.
This is something that I get a lot of emails about as well. People's egos get pretty high in the gym. I felt I would look at other women and feel intimidated, like, oh, they have this body and I'll never be able to have that body kind of thing, all these different things. I actually avoided the gym for a good part of my journey, clearly. And I was very intimidated by a lot of people. But you have to just tell yourself that this is my starting point. Things are going to get better along the way. I am going to continue to further myself, and people are going to be like, holy crap, kind of thing. So don't be intimidated. Don't worry about people looking at you kind of thing. It's going to be normal. I even do that. I look around at everybody when I'm in the gym. I don't really stare at anybody. I mean, if there's somebody doing really stupid things and they shouldn't be doing it, or if there's an overweight beginner in there and they look like they have no idea what they're doing, I've done this a couple times, I'll go up to them and help them out, show them how to do things. So you're gonna have people like that too. You're gonna have people come up to you and help you out. So gyms can be highly beneficial. Don't be intimidated. People are just looking around, as I know how it feels to think that everybody's looking at you, but understand that people are just kind of looking around. Unless you were making a fool out of yourself, nobody's gonna look at you kind of thing. Don't be intimidated. You will get to that point in your journey. I still get intimidated sometimes, like, she looks like that, why can't I look like that, kind of thing. And it's just like, you know what, I'll be there someday, don't worry about it, kind of thing. As long as you have the thought of moving forward constantly, you're good to go. All right,
MacKenzie, as always, good luck to you. I cannot wait to see you when you finish your surgery. I already know you're going to email me and send me pictures to let me know how things are going. And before we go, she wanted to shout out the people that were supporting her. She wanted to give y'all a quick shout out, so here she go.
So I just want to say thank you really quickly to my POG family. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Without Chris and without the POG family, I wouldn't be able to move forward in my journey. None of the things that are going on in my life right now would be happening. Absolutely nothing. I am so thankful for every single thing that has gone on in the last, since I met Chris. He has just done so many things for me. So I am very excited for what my future brings. I am excited to one day be able to step on stage. I am only 15, although it doesn't feel like it sometimes. I have a long time ahead of me to do a lot of things. I'm very excited. So this is the beginning and the new chapter of my journey. In 5 days, it'll officially be the new chapter of my journey. I'm very grateful for everything. And to anybody out there who is trying to lose weight, who is younger and just trying to do things, understand that this is possible. And you've heard it a million times, and there's a reason you've heard it. It is possible. It is something that can happen. It's not going to be a quick thing. It's not going to happen fast, and that's something you're going to have to learn. You're going to have to learn patience, and you're going to have to learn that things will take time. Always, always, always let curiosity be your guide. Always ask yourself if whatever you're doing is going to move you forward. Always ask yourself, okay, if I can do this, maybe if I can try and see if I can get to this point, kind of thing. So just let your curiosity lead you down this path. Always be focused on moving forward, moving towards your goals, and I promise, promise, it will happen. Just gotta let it play out. As long as you are in it, you're ready to go, you're good to go. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you'd like to go give me a follow on Instagram, feel free to do that. I'll put the thing right here. Thank you very much. Anyway, I will see you guys later. I'll let Chris close out this video. Thank you guys so much for checking out my story, checking out my transformation. See you guys later.
And there it is, homies and homies. I hope this video was very motivational. I hope y'all enjoyed the interview. If you want to follow MacKenzie on Instagram, I'll put it on the screen. Pink Teen Weight Loss 13. Be sure to give her a follow and show her a little support. Let her know Beastmode John sent you. Don't forget, Pump Chasers tees are on the way. Sleeveless hoodies are on the way. The Grind for Life fitted hoodies and t-shirts will be out this Saturday. So this Saturday, go to the store and get you about 30 of them bitches. As always, thank y'all for the support. Hope y'all enjoying the new Beastmode Training Camp channel. Don't forget to like my shit. Comment, subscribe. Holla back at your boy.